I like this because you get some backstory on Witchers. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about The Witcher, Nightmare of the Wolf. It's an animated Netflix movie. It's about like an hour and a half, It doesn't really connect to like the Witcher games or the show that's coming out on Netflix. But it is a cool animated film. You follow Vesemir. He's a young, arrogant Witcher. All he cares about, well, most Witchers only care about killing and getting money, but he's very like arrogant with it. He saves this boy in the beginning and he just leaves the boy there. Like, you'll fend for yourself to get home. And then you have this woman named Tetra. She doesn't really like Witchers. She is a witch herself, but she wants to get rid of the Witchers. And then I thought the movie was really interesting because you do get flashback scenes of Vesemir when he was younger as a child, and he was a poor child. He had to do a bunch of labor. He had one friend, Ileana, and they were stealing to, survive for the most part. And then he comes across a Witcher and he helps the Witcher destroy this monster and he wants to become a Witcher. And you see the training that Witchers have to go through when they're young kids. They're like orphans and they are treated like trash. They barefoot, they don't get fed, they're constantly fighting with each other. And you see all of that. And it's like, dang, why would you want to become this? And as Vesemir, he has power and he stands up for himself and other people. And he has to take on this new task of this new creature that's, killing a lot of people. The weird part is he has to team up with Tetra to do this. And at a point, briefly, it felt like Castlevania with Belmont and Cypher because she's doing the magic and he's just fighting, with a sword and everything. So it had that little feel briefly, as they were trying to take down this big creature. I thought it was interesting that it was like a twist that they found out that monsters were being like crossbred, with other monsters, and it was creating even stronger monsters. And that's the big villain, essentially. These monsters are trying to take down the Witchers in, their little town that they have where they train all the other Witchers. So I thought the final battle was very satisfying. The last 20 minutes of this movie was very bloody. Very intense, good action sequences, mixture of magic and, hand-to-hand combat. The Witchers have this ability to drink this potion and then their eyes get a little darker, but they get stronger and everything like that. So you see a lot of that. You see a bunch of other Witchers fighting these monsters. There's a lot of blood and gore because it's that type of movie. And I like that in the animated movies where they just let loose. Vesemir is a interesting character because for the most part, it seems like he doesn't have morals, but then his morals kick in towards the end, with some of the decisions he has to make. And the very ending of the movie, it's a nice little Easter egg, which I appreciated and most Witcher fans will probably appreciate, even though I'm not the biggest Witcher fan. I got the reference. But overall, Nightmare of the Wolf, it was good. It was a solid animated movie. It's not a show like, Dragon's Dogma or Castlevania, but in the movie form, it was pretty cool to spend some time with these characters and watch him kill monsters. So if you've seen it, please let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Deuces.